Hello, everybody. Today we're going live from Women Inspiring Network. As you all know about the Women Inspiring Network, that it's taken shape during lockdown, and so we're going to be going live with Sharmili Agarwal, who has founded the brand Atmantan, which is a luxury and an integrated wellness gateway which was conceived by her in her teenage years. So let me see if Sharmili has joined us. I can see a lot of people. I can see, yes. So Sharmili is just joining us. The Women Inspiring Network took place during lockdown. Our current series, which are going on, are winning authors, conceptualized by our winning ambassador, Amrita Chaudhary. And yesterday we had a conversation with Nainika Mehtani, who has written the screenplay for the film Shakuntala Devi. And I'm just trying to see where Sharmili is.
Hi Stuti, namaste.
Hi.
Namaste. Sorry, my iPad is shifting a bit. Give me a sec.
Yes. So we'll just continue the conversation since you're already online and I can already see a lot of viewers.
Sure, of course. Looking forward to this.
Yes. So as I was just telling our viewers, the Women Inspiring Network took shape during lockdown, and some of our series, like the film series, as well as the Winning Mind series, which is going on currently, is doing extremely well. We've had a 10 million reach already on our platform. In the film series, we had filmmakers, noted actors, and authors. Winning Minds, we have award-winning authors. Yesterday on our conversation, we had Nainika Mehtani, who's written a screenplay for the movie Shakuntala Devi. So that series has done very well. Yes, and in our film series, we had partnered with Inox and Business World. And we've also done with educational institutes like IIT and Jai Hind. Jai Hind was on women entrepreneurship. IIT, we did a fashion tech and sustainability, which did extremely well. We have a lot of mental health stories or of aspiring entrepreneurs on our platform currently. And I'm so glad, Sharmili, you could join us today on Founders Friday. And for those of you who don't know, Sharmili and me, we just discovered today that we studied together in Symbiosis. And yes, we studied for a year together. So, Sharmili, you have founded the company Atmantan Wellness Center. So tell us a bit about your journey in your own words, about your brand, about yourself, what made you decide to launch the brand.
Right. So, this is a story I think everybody who knows me knows, but at least I stand today to be able to tell a story. I'm sure a lot of entrepreneurs are not as lucky. It's when you see your dream into a reality that people ask you for the story. So I'm so happy to be sharing that. So Atmantan was always something of a vision in my mind where I wanted a place where, people could actually come, get well, and this could be getting well of the Atma, Man or Tan, no questions asked, no judgments, very important, which would be a place which would accept everybody, but at the same time, make it feel like a holiday. So, it's not like a spank on your back. It's more like a celebration of you embracing wellness and you deciding to work on yourself. So that whole positivity was the reason. And, nothing like that for me existed in India. I mean, there are some really great wellness centers here, but we wanted to create something which actually was integrated with, which would not just be married to one science, because, people are different. I mean, Ayurveda works for some people, naturopathy works for another. For some of them, Chinese medicine may work. So it should be a place which offers everything to everybody and helps you get better. So that was the vision of Atmantan. I even remember talking to my friends about it during my MBA. And I come from a hospitality and real estate background. But this was different. I know every entrepreneur says this, but it was crazy. I mean, nobody understood the concept of wellness hospitality. They would be like, "Kitna room bharega?" And you were like, "No, it's not about the rooms. It's about the people. It's about them staying longer, getting results." So, including my family, who is used to the hospitality buzzword. But so it's been a dream to come out with something like that, you know, because all of us are not perfect. I mean, you look pretty great, but you know, everybody has these little things that they want to work on. So I wanted a place which was there in India. I mean, why should we always go abroad, you know, for something?
Yeah.
And everybody has this issue that, you know, in India, you'll be judged sometimes, and, you know, whatever, I mean, all your reports will not be private. So I wanted a place like a clinic where you could check in, get well, not get depressed, you know, everybody around us to make you feel. And that was a vision which today is in front of you in the form of Atmantan. So, you know, while we are on 42 acres, we overlook a beautiful lake, and we are on this amazing crystal mountain, which gives us healing frequencies. That was the perfect way for the dream to come true.
And
So
when did
that's
you
been a long
start
journey.
this? So when did you start the brand? And you know, I like the way you're talking about wellness, because that's so much more relevant today, especially with the
Yes,
pandemic. You know,
yes,
and
yes,
everybody has now sat up and taken notice that, you know, how you know, physical and mental health being is so much more important to
yes,
cope with
yes,
such a, you know, such a you know, situation in our lives. So
right.
please throw some light on that and tell us, when was it launched?
Right. So, like you said, a small step forward for India to talk more about mental health. So, we started in 2016, and as all entrepreneurs on this chat know, the real journey is before you start. So, all the
Yes.
struggle and all the other work and the groundwork happens before. That's for another day. So, we went live in 2016, and touchwood, it's been great. You know, we were the first ones. That's what I feel. We pioneered, you know, when it comes to integrated wellness, which means, you know, it could be wellness from, like I said, different modalities. It could also be, you know, it's at every touch point, like the food you eat, where you sleep, you know, the particular fitness activity you do, you know, who you talk to, how you breathe. So, you know, it's an integrated approach that we follow at Atmantan. And yes, I have coined a term, which I say that the pandemic is a universal reminder for all of us to get well. There can't be any other great take back from this pandemic. And, you know, great health is the best armor we're wearing. So as far as Atmantan goes, I feel like we were already doing this before. And now what we do is more relevant for people. It's more understandable. And Shruti, you know, you touched upon a very important point, mental health. You know, we Indians, I mean, I love India. I love us. I love how we all have a right to ask somebody when they're getting married, when they're having a child. But you know, there are just those one or two things which need a little tweaking in our culture, you know. And Atmantan, by the way, is based on Indian warm hospitality. I mean, you'll never have an Indian who serves you less food, or as an Indian who doesn't say, "Come inside, bhai baitho." So that was the base for Atmantan. While we wanted to offer everything up to an international standard, we wanted to keep the values very Indian. And yes, after this pandemic, whether we like it or not, including me, we're all suffering from certain mental, you know, breakdowns, you know, turbulences. There are so many issues we're all going through. And, you know, sweeping them under the carpet is not the answer, you know. And in India, I remember a friend telling me that in India, your friends act as a psychiatrist. Well, we don't always get great friends, even though luckily I really have the best friends in the world, and I know you do too. We should always ask for help. And you know, something like Atmantan, which is a wellness center, is exactly for that. You know, for somebody, it could be just waking up and smelling the fresh air that nature gives you. For somebody, it could just be a healing auric cleanse. You know, for somebody else, it could be just eating that non-toxic food. So, you know, you don't know what, you know, may set you right, but it's high time we accept that we are not okay, it's fine. And, you know, we need to go out and get help and work on ourselves. And we are all works in progress, and fabulous works in progress, by the way. So as entrepreneurs, I think people need it even more. The kind of stresses all entrepreneur goes through, I think, I mean, it's unspeakable, right? We all know that. It's the entrepreneurs who took a hit. It's everybody who took a hit during this pandemic. And honestly, it's been tough for me as well. It just makes you want to make sure you're doing okay. Start with yourself, and that's how Atmantan is built. Atmantan is only about you thinking of yourself first. You know, everything else will then fall into perspective. Sorry, that was a long one.
In fact, Sharmili, you know, on our platform in the month of May, we had 100 positive voices of women. What kept them positive? Because, you know, everybody was just so, you know,
Yeah,
especially in the month of April and May, you know, like how everybody was feeling. So we
Yeah.
decided to do a series of women from different walks of life. They could be an entrepreneur, influencer, a celebrity,
Right.
a business person, a professional, and they all talked about what kept them positive during pandemic, and that
Right.
really inspired us each day. So I want you to tell us, like, how important do you think is important for women to rejuvenate themselves, and I know that you're a pranic healer, so just throw
Yeah.
some light on that, and how
Right.
important it is for women to have that
Oh my God.
healthy balance.
So you know how they say, a child grows best. It takes a village to raise a child. I think the core of every existence in every household is a woman. I mean, it starts with us. I mean, so clap for that. But the point is that, the woman can't go wrong. It's the woman who is talking to the father, the husband, the child. I mean, there are men who talk, and then we say, oh, these men talk. So it's not a given. Women always share. If the woman is not rejuvenated, if she's not okay, if she's not looked after, I mean, it's almost like an atomic effect. It keeps on going forward in not a good way. So a woman has to start with herself. I mean, so many times I'm telling my mom, I'm telling her, like, listen, just look after yourself. I mean, please do that because I think we are a better generation. We will put ourselves in the first two. As a mom, I think I was first, and then as a mom, I became two. My son became number one, and I became number two. But it's something I can't say enough. And by the way, we have more women coming to Atmantan than men. And usually it's the women who also bring the men. So, I mean, hallelujah to that. It is the women who lead it. Uh, for women, again, sorry, I have to say something more. Women are not just working with their organs. Women are the reason things like Sixth Sense come out. Women are the reasons we talk about soul, values. I mean, all this comes from women, actually. So if you ask me who came first, Adam or Eve, I'm definitely going to say Eve came first. I mean, no questions about that. So it started there. And as a pranic healer also, it's all about working on your soul body. So, the belief is that we are all a soul, which I'm sure we all know by now. I mean, this is the country of origin where we all found spirituality. So the body is the soul is wearing the body and not the other way around. So pranic healing is about working on the chakras of the soul. And once you work on the chakras of the soul, there's an automatic transmission on the chakras of the body, which means your heart, your spleen, your lungs, everything. So it's all about working on the energy body. It's a form of energy medicine. You can cleanse the aura. You can, work on the chakras. And trust me, it works like magic when it comes to mental health because we have a lot of emotions like right here under our chest. Sorry, I don't think you can see me, but just right under the chest where we have a solar plex. So these are the seeds of all emotion, and the woman especially is the mother of all emotion. So in that sense, pranic healing is a great methodology not just for women but for everybody when it comes to aura cleansing, when it comes to getting well from inside out. And we all know, Stuti, that is the real way to get well, not from the outside in. And this is exactly how, energy medicine works, and especially pranic healing. So, it's all
Wow.
about dealing with the chakras, cleansing, settling the balance. There are certain
Yeah.
chakras which are depleted, there are certain which are overactive. So, it's all about balancing it out and making sure, you're a better human being.
And tell me, what was your biggest inspiration while you were growing up? What inspired you? Uh, you know,
Yeah.
was it
So,
a woman, a figure, or from somewhere that made you think that this is what you wanted to do?
right, right. So I come from a family of hardcore entrepreneurs, out of which, I mean, as cliched as it sounds, my hero is my dad. He was like the guy who could do anything. And, I grew up seeing that. And, my mom was somebody who, made looking after children look cool. She was very well educated, but she was very happy just being a housewife. So for me, it was the perfect combination of, you know, going out there, doing it all. And, this is something my dad actually always brought me up saying that, listen, if you want to do this, you can do this. And that is exactly how entrepreneurs are born. If you decide that you want to do something and you can do something, you need, in the beginning, you need people to believe in you, Stuti. That is for a fact. But I just want to tell people who didn't have people believing in him, there'll be more people who come up. Trust me, wait for life. There are amazing people in this world. And yes, growing up for me, it was definitely my family. I mean, we have entrepreneurship running in our blood. And I think it was also, sometimes you see if you're not from an entrepreneurship family, you only see the glamour of it. But we also saw the flip side, which is, what they say about entrepreneurs, right? That it's not about, how good you are. It's all about perseverance. You don't give
Yeah.
up, you keep going. So for me, that
And
was
have
big with
that
my dad.
passion, perseverance, determination. So this reminds me, Sharmili, of an incident, and this is for Symbiosis. And our dear professor, uh,
Professor Ujjwal.
Ujjwal, yes,
Yes.
UKC. And in the final round of interview, he said, because I came from a traditional family, he'd rather give the seat to someone else, because he thought I would get married, after Symbiosis.
Right.
And I said, no, I shall have my company one day. I think he saw that determination in my eye and he decided to give me the seat. And,
Yeah. Yeah.
I started my communication business, which is Crosses, in Mumbai when I was 23, after working
Oh
for
my
a year
God.
with Ogilvy.
That's really,
Yes.
yeah, that's
So,
young
when you're
now.
telling
Yeah.
me this story, it's reminding me of my own journey. And
Totally. Yeah. And Stuti, you also know that you can't do this alone, right? I mean, I have
yeah,
always needed people to lean on. And that's another great thing, right, about being an entrepreneur. You meet these amazing people along the way and you learn to trust some, you learn something from them. And wow, 23, congratulations. It
yes.
took me, I was well into my 30s before I actually had something showing for all my hard work. So
Yeah.
it's been a
So
long
what
journey.
what advice would you like to give, or tips to aspiring entrepreneurs, who are young, and
Right. Right.
what would your
Okay.
advice
So,
be?
oh yeah, definitely. So it's not as great as it looks. It's a lot of work. Again, I don't want to discourage entrepreneurs because, even if you tell an entrepreneur you can't do it, he's going to say, listen, I'm going to still try. So that spirit is never going to go away, but it's not easy. But trust me, there are great moments. And then when you think you've reached the top, then there'll still be something like a pandemic, which brings you down. And then there'll still be other things that bring you up. Actually, for us, what advice I will give you is even though you have a dream, you have to be able to break it down, see if it makes sense. And that is always very sad. When you see your dream being broken down and saying, okay, is this going to work? Is this the bank going to accept this? So, this is like the not so happy part. But the tip is don't give up in something you believe, especially for